Welcome back to the Plays with Cars YouTube channel, where we're introducing yet another Project Porsche. That is right, everybody. Not content with two Project Porsches, our 986S Boxster time trial / autocross race car and our 944 S2 with almost a 250,000 miles that has driven cross country from coast to coast, literally Florida to Washington. We've now added a third Porsche. Introducing Jalapeño. So Jalapeño is a first generation 955 Porsche Cayenne S, and this particular one is the one that we went for on purpose for a very specific reason. And you can see that unlike our normal videos where our cars are nice and polished and clean, this one is already quite dirty, and that's because this is our new 4x4 off-road project. Longtime viewers know that I've kind of had this on and off thing with having a truck, having a 4x4, doing an overlanding project. Started off with Project Bronco. We had the big body Bronco. I forget what year it was, like a 92 or something like that, with the 302 in it, that we actually did quite a lot of stuff with, and then sold on. And then we had Project Overlander, the P38 Range Rover V8. Didn't really do a whole lot with that one, and just haven't been able to find the right car or truck really to do this kind of stuff with, and that's where this Cayenne comes in. Now, I was completely unaware of these. I knew that I kind of liked the first gen Cayenne turbos. I knew that you could get the base model VR6 with a stick. I knew you could get the GTS V8 with a stick, and like that's like some holy grail thing. But I had never really driven one. I'd been on a couple. I got real close to buying a Turbo S that was a roof package out of Idaho last year before we bought the S2. But they weren't really on my radar. And then Car Trek came out, and so I'm sure most of you know what Car Trek is. It is a American YouTuber knockoff of the original Top Gear that had Clarkson, Hammond, and May, and it has come into its own. It's gotten really good now with Freddie and Hoovy and what's his name, Tyler, from the guy from VinWiki. But anyways, they did a Car Trek recently about the perfect 3-car garage. And one of the SUV choices was a first gen Cayenne, where I learned that they have a transfer case, which is something I didn't know. And anyways, they took this truck and they modified it, and they went serious rock crawling with it, and I fell in love. I knew I had to have one of these. So a bunch of research commenced, and went out and then kind of immediately bought one. This particular one is a Cayenne S Titanium. It's some sort of special trim package. It makes these pieces here a titanium trim, and this, and the door handles and stuff like that, instead of like the bright chrome or the blackout and whatnot. But the important things are, it's the S, so it's the V8 instead of the VR6 in the base model, and this particular one does not have air suspension. So the ones with air suspension have the buttons here, and the air suspension works really well. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but if you're gonna build an off-road rig, you want the steel suspension because you can put lift kits on it very easily. So this one does have that, and this is the button to engage the low range transfer case. So you can actually put it in low range, and there's locking front diff in it from the factory. So that's what got us into wanting to do this particular build. So like I said, it's the S with the V8. It has the steel suspension, so no airbags in there, just coil springs. So we can put the Eurowise lift kit on it, put on a smaller diameter wheel that's a little wider with some big meaty all-terrain tires, and we can go adventuring. You can see there we got the 4.5 liter V8. Runs really nice in this particular one. I think we're at 130 something thousand miles. I picked it up from a Skeezy used car lot on 82nd in Portland because, you know, that's how we roll. But it actually has quite a lot of service records. This particular one has already had the cardan shaft done. That service record was in the glove box, along with a bunch of the cooling system. And it had a warranty at one point where they did a bunch of warranty work, some good stuff in the Carfax. So it's never been hit. It's never had any issues like that. And it's got some sweet upgrades. Those of you that have been watching the channel the last couple of weeks saw the video of the exhaust system and then of us doing donuts out in the snow in it. And that's why it is filthy. We've already taken it adventuring. We took this thing as far up Mount St. Helens as you can get right now in the winter and played in the snow, and it was awesome. It was epic. Everything I want in an overlanding rig. So we've already started ordering parts for it. You can see it does have the factory hitch on it. We're going to be able to tow with it and those kind of things. But the first thing I did is this one does have the correct Porsche rail system. You can get like a dealer add-on that are just crossbar things that bolt straight in, that are not adjustable, that are kind of flimsy and can't hold as much. These can hold 165 pounds. I got the crossbars that go on this. Those are coming from Suncoast Porsche. They're supposed to be here in the next couple of days. So we do have those coming already. And yeah, it's time to start doing some upgrades. Obviously, we got a few little things to do as far as wear and tear is concerned and things like that. And then, of course, doing our usual filters and plugs and coils and that kind of thing. But on the all in all, it's pretty good. So we got the roof rack coming. We've been looking at wheels and tires, just gotta pick out what we're doing. I don't know how crazy we're gonna get on the lift yet, because I do love the way this thing drives on the road. And that's always been the big thing with me in the 4x4s, is the ones that I've had before, as great as they were off-road, they sucked to drive on-road. And with no places around here to just go wheeling, you have to go drive somewhere to go do it first. So I don't want to compromise the on-road too much. So I might do the baby lift. I think it's like an inch or an inch and a half from Miro-wise, skid plate, that kind of thing. But yeah, this is Project Porsche number 3 that we have dubbed Spicy Jalapeño for that exhaust note. And yeah, if you haven't seen that video yet, I will link to it. You should definitely go check it out and watch it. But yeah, watch for more content from the Cayenne coming here on the Plays with Cars YouTube channel, where we are apparently going to have the year of Porsche.